it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. What it do? What it do? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You know what it is. Falcon Friday, HighNoon Madness. It's your boy, OG Big Sam, coming at you. We gonna talk about a few things. You know what I'm saying? Going into this bye week, and you know, and get just cover a few items. You know what I'm saying? We got the whole petition and boycott situation. We're going to get into that. You got Ritter back at QB1 going forward. We're going to get into that. Um, we're going to get into some of these injuries and the effect going forward. It might be on. You know what I'm saying? But and then I want to get in and say good afternoon to everyone. What up, Jamaris? What up, Tev? You know what I'm saying? What's happening? Appreciate y'all joining the brother. You know, it's getting into a few things. You know what I'm saying? You got Ritter going forward, um, which I think is going to be all right. Because me personally, I think him sitting these couple of weeks and he on the sideline, getting to see the game, what I'm saying, from a different perspective, what I'm saying, and look at some things from outside the box, done him some good. I think it would be just fine going forward. Looking at the fourth quarter, what I'm saying, from last game when he came in, you know, it showed a couple of things. You know, um, I think it's going to help his growth. Fundamentally, I think it's going to help his growth because really, there wasn't too much wrong with him except for the turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes as a coach, you have to take a guy out of the storm. You know what I'm saying? And let him relax a little bit. You know, um, because he was in quicksand. He was in quicksand. And, when you're trying to do right, you're trying to do good, and one thing goes wrong, and then another goes wrong, and it just quicksand, and sometimes you just have to get it out of the situation for the situation to get better. Um, it's been said, practices have been well, things have been, going well. And I think, going, with this bye week, which happens at a pretty good time, in my opinion. Um, yeah, it'll be enough time to set things in place, you know, and form up the game plan, what I'm saying, coming up for with the Saints, you know what I'm saying? And it's I don't think there's gonna be, what I'm saying, any problem. I mean, because outside of the turnovers, I mean, he was doing well. I mean, we're talking, two, three, 4 games, 300 plus yards, you know what I'm saying? He was there were things that was getting together. The only thing, the problem was that was the turnover. And like I said, sometimes you have to, take a person out of a situation for them to, what I'm saying, get better in the situation. You know what I'm saying, to calm. You know what I'm saying, and let him gather. You know what I'm saying, his sights and sounds around him. Ritter's a smart kid. He's a good kid. You know, and I think that, I mean, because you look at it, even with Dalman and his snap issues, Ritter was, he was covering that. In that game where he had the fumble, there were 5 bad snaps in him, that one that got away from him. But people don't look at things in context. You know, um, like I said, going forward. I mean, the guys in the locker room, what I'm saying, are now with him. They got love for him. You know what I'm saying? They got his back. They have defended him. You know what I'm saying? There's been nothing. There's been nothing to say that they're not with him. And I know people want to saying lipo the Drake London comment. Well, Drake was just mad because he had only got 3 targets in that game. Let's just keep that a book. Let's just keep that a book. But me personally, I think going forward that it's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? But here's what I'm ready to get to. This right here. In 2020, because this is where this really started at 2020, when everybody was demanding change. It's time to move on from MR2. We needed change. We need a breath of fresh air. Okay. I was one of a few of us, that said, all right, with change come adverse situations. And with change comes bumps and bruises. There's going to be some parts of this change that are not going to feel good. They're going to be a little bit painful. And that's what it usually is when you what I'm saying, you weed out the big chicks, you weed out the veterans, and you bring in, young new talent. And that young new talent has to learn, has to grow, has to process. You know what I'm saying? I was all good and happy demanding change. Now you're crying about that change. Imagine that. And I spoke on this the other day, concerning Arthur Blank and you all's demands. Arthur in his tenure here, he has made he has made the mistakes in trying to put something together here. He's made the front office hire mistakes, Dimitrov. What I'm saying? All the coaches, firing Dan Reeves, hiring Morris Jr., Mike Smith, what I'm saying? Dan Quinn, all of that. There's just, you run the gamut of, having a revolving door. Well, I think at this point, with the way the period, leading up to this regime, because, in these 3 years, you have seen Arthur hands off. How many times have you seen him down on the field during, and after games? Rich McKay, Terry, what I'm saying, and Coach have been, in this process. To those people that talking about Arthur can't coach. Well, I beg to differ. He showed that in the first 2 years. We were in contention right down to the end, what I'm saying, for the division or making a playoff spot, what I'm saying. it went the way it went. But to be in contention with those rosters, come on, man, y'all, you just being a complacent crybaby when you saying this man can't coach. When players around the league, you know what I'm saying, and players that have played for him, you know what I'm saying, and been on teams with him say otherwise. You know, and with and I said all that to say this with Arthur Blank. For them to navigate through those first 2 seasons, getting up under the dead cap, you know what I'm saying, roster changeover, and then be in a situation where you're able to get your own, fits and players, you know what I'm saying, in here, you know what I'm saying, to go forward. What sense would it make to cut the process off now in this 3rd year? What? It wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense at all. Yeah. When with all of that, like I said, we told you that it was going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be bumps in the road. Because, a lot of y'all seem to can't handle, you know what I'm saying, the adverse process of this. I've been saying it, I'm going to keep saying it. You cannot, pop a player or coach, as it were, in this given situation into a microwave for 2 minutes, and out pops a Hall of Fame coach, and out pops a all-pro player, Hall of Fame ready player. It don't work like that. There is a process. There is a process. There is a process. I mean, by a lot of you all's logic, hell, Jerry Jones, when he began his stint with the Cowboys, and him and Jimmy Johnson went 1-15. Jerry should have fired Jimmy Johnson right then and sold the team and moved on with life. By some of y'all's logic. See, a lot of y'all seem to, always constantly looking at the glass half empty. When in reality the glass is half full. See, if we were 1-9 or 2-8, you know what I'm saying, something to that effect, I would understand the bitching and moaning and crying and complaining and falling over and all of that old crap, and one to sign petitions and one to boycott and sell your ticket. I would extremely get all that. Well, we're not that. We're not that. We're not that. We're having the same issues a lot of other teams around the league are having. Hell, the 49ers just lost 3 in a row. They just lost 3 in a row. Hell, Philly has some turnover issues their damn self. But they doing what they do. You get through that process to write it, get your fundamentals down, and that's all that needs to happen right here. But Falcon fans got a Falcon fan. Falcon fans got a Falcon fan. There's always doom and gloom with this fan base. It's always one extreme or the other. There's no in between. And I was just saying this morning, because I don't get a lot of these people, but I guess it's just this generation, because I've been a fan of this team for 44 years. 44. Not once, but I've had conversations of when sign petitions to get this coach fired or get this guy off the team. You know, and I've seen a lot of bad. I saw a lot of bad football in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Not Georgia Dome, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Okay, and you don't see me with a straight jacket. You know what I'm saying? You don't see me out here, you know, needing anger management or a therapist or denouncing my fandom. You know, no, no. I grew up with this team, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some of the worst of the worst. You know, the owner that basically called the team a tax write-off for him. There was no concern. And you want to talk about somebody that didn't care about the fans? And, you know, we could talk about Rankin Smith, senior. You want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, the owner that don't care about the fans. You know, because I distinctly remember Arthur Blank having a press conference in front of the dome, asking the fans what could he do to make the Georgia Dome feel like Atlanta's home. I remember I was there. Y'all running out here and at the side of your necks talking about Arthur Blank don't care about the fans. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? You know, they out here, you know, running petitions on social media. Well, let's put the shoe on the other foot, if you will. You know, people on your job, you know what I'm saying? You know, behind your back, we need, you know, everybody to sign this, you know, this petition. We can get him out of here. We don't want him here. And you the best worker in there. You come to work every day and do your job. Yeah, that part. That part. That part. You know, they're just, you know, some things that a lot of y'all just, you shouldn't hit sin. Don't hit sin, in my Herm Edwards voice. Just don't hit sin. It don't. I mean, you know, take a pause for a second and acknowledge, you know, some of my peoples, you know what I'm saying, off in here. You know, everybody. Um, Ted, Jamaris, I already spoke to y'all. Hey, Sonya. Terry, what's happening? ATL. Jude, what's happening, my guy? Nice to see you. Blackberry, what's going on? Let's see. Kevin Grady, how you doing? How you doing? What's up, Corey? Hey, PJ. OG brother. OG brother. What's happening? What's happening? Mr. Amy, good to see you. Good to see you. And you know, let me highlight a few. Highlight a few. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I mean, you have a comment, you know, about what I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Throw it in if you got some questions, you know what I'm saying? Throw them in there as well. You know, trying to, you know, cover a lot of things today. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of what I was talking about comes from this right here. You know what I'm saying? This Madden fantasy football microwave mindset. You know, and it's a thing. It's a thing. You know, you people have been complaining about certain players getting touches and things of that nature, or getting targets. You know, they want Kyle Pitts to get targeted 15, 16, 18 times a game. Let me tell you something about targets in practice. You earn what you get in games in practice. You earn what you get in games in practice. Now, we over the last couple of weeks, we've talked about Kyle Pitts' body language. When the play ain't coming to him. So, we see it, opposing defense can see it too. You know what I'm saying? It's also notable that he don't like to block. If we can see it, opposing defense can see it too. Am I speaking the wrong type of language? I'm just want to, I'm just, I don't mean to speak, negatively about, what I'm saying, the player formerly known as Unicorn, but truth is truth. Truth is truth, and some of y'all can't handle the truth. Get some comments up. Miss Sonia, just because we have the talent on offense doesn't mean that they were going to jail tonight automatically in their first year together. Sound better when you say it. Because I've been saying it for months. Sound better when you say it. I'm glad somebody else is saying that. Glad somebody else is saying it, because that is an absolute fact. Just because you're a first round pick don't mean you're going to come out the gate all pro Hall of Fame, all NFL ready. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're not versed, you're not knowledgeable at your position, in these here NFL, there are going to be missteps. There are going to be mistakes. There are going to be rookie issues. You know what I'm saying? The coaches coach you in training camp, in preseason, in practices. But you still have to, watch film, study the book, and then work on what you look at on film and what you're diagnosed to do from the playbook. You as the player, you work in that out in practice. The numbers bear the witnesses of the play calling is balanced. The play call, there's nothing wrong with the play calling. It's not. We were running the ball, you know what I'm saying, 49 to 50% of the time. The same with the passing. But the problem is, players not executing. That's key. It's key. You're not executing. That's what turns the play call, into a bad call, because you're not executing. When the play is called, if whatever play is called, if the play calls for you to run a route, you need to run that route correctly. If the play calls for you to block, then you better get your Anthony Munoz on. If the play calls for you to pick up a blitz from the running back position, Bijan Honey Mustard, you need to pick up the blitz. Not go to the wrong side, not tap that, pick up the blitz, bust somebody's head coming through that gap. You know what I'm saying? But see, everybody wants to lay everything at Arthur Smith's feet. But nobody wants to, call some of these players for not doing the work to the carpet. You know, and it is mighty funny how that is. Because I got told the other day that I couldn't, you know, ream the defense for that fourth quarter because they've been carrying the team all year. You got to be fucking kidding me. The, the offense, the unit, put up 23 points, gave the defense the lead in the fourth quarter, and the defense gave it right back. And all that venom that's been passed out for the offense all year, where was it for the defense? Where was it for the defense? I'll wait. I'll wait. Where was it? Because the defense didn't, the offense didn't turn the ball over. We ran the ball 44 times, 44, 45 times, something to that effect in that game. Bijan got 20 touches. Yeah. The passing game was pretty precise. We had the game to the defense with the lead. And we made Kyler Murray, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, a midget version of Michael Vick. And Trey McBride out here looking like Tony Gonzalez. But defense can't get that venom. Can't hypocritical much. You know, when it's time for the defense to get the venom on that, it's a team game. Where you do that at? I mean, you know, help me understand. Y'all help me understand. You know what I'm saying? If I'm missing something here. You know what I'm saying? If I'm missing something. Take a break from the monotony. No, sir, that was not me. I'm on Marta. No, that was not me. No. And to you with that, I say, okay, you trying to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to get your Eddie Murphy on, you know. Mr. Knight, yes, I'm there with you on that there. I'm there with you on that. Let me see what PJ talking about. You know, during the bye week, the offensive line and defensive side of the ball need to do the one-on-one tackling and run blocking. Yes, ma'am. I agree with you there. Mr. Gillen, I would say it's a little bit of both. You know, Pitts don't want to block or he can't block. I'd say it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. And I'll explain why I said it. And I take it back to, you know, his college days. At Florida, they may have had him lined up at the tight end position traditionally, maybe 5% of the time. His time is there. Most of the time I saw him at Florida, he was at the slide, at the X, at the Y, you know, and you know, rightfully so, you know, to a large degree because he was a matchup nightmare. at 6'6" with 4.4 speed, okay, you're bigger than most cornerbacks and safeties. You know what I'm saying? Then on the flip side of that, if you ended up with a linebacker, he's faster than most linebackers. I get it. But this is where, you know what I'm saying, if you're call yourself a coach in college and true enough, you want to win, you want to take advantage of certain particular skills, but you actually also want to prepare them for their future, especially if they're NFL prospect. You want to prepare. And this is where I say Florida fails him because they did not prepare him for life at tight end position in the NFL. You know, the crazy part about it, you know what I'm saying? This guy is still growing. He hasn't developed into his man body yet. We're talking about a 22-year-old kid. Now, the mentality, the mindset, because he got a little divaism in him. You know what I'm saying? Coming, and with, every pass play that's ran should come, bro. No, there's some other things you have to do at the tight end spot. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the evolution of the tight end position in the NFL. I get that. But you know what I'm saying? You're listening to a guy that, that grew up, watching the Kellen Winslow seniors, the Mark Bavaros, you know what I'm saying, of the world, you know what I'm saying, Dicker, you know what I'm saying? The Brett Jones is the White Clark, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Big bruisers that could not only block, you know what I'm saying, but to get out every now and then and catch a little 10-yard swing in the flat and, pick up the first down. And time is going on. And yeah, like I said, the tight end position has evolved more, you know what I'm saying? But still, the fundamentals still remain. They're gonna be 50% of the time you having a block. And like I said, if the play design that's called, the play call is the design for you to block, then you need to get your Anthony Munoz on. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the fundamental part about it. And I don't see it's hard, you know what I'm saying, when you try to, talk to this new generation of fans, that ain't seen nothing past Michael Vick, and try to talk football. You know what I'm saying? And you're right, PJ. You're right. Practice. Yeah, we're talking about practice. Practice makes perfect. And now I'm gonna tell you something. If this situation with KP8, you know what I'm saying, don't evolve in the right way, his ass gonna be on the block. I ain't talking about the passing block. His ass gonna be on the trade block. You know what I'm saying? You have to be an all-around player at your position. Everything about your position you need to be able to do. Be able to block, run routes, catch, you know what I'm saying? Read what's in front of you, you know what I'm saying, when you running your routes, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Those are the things that Tony Gonzalez was good at. Those are the things that George Kittle and Travis Kelce were good at. Those are the things that Mark Andrews are good at. And his season might be over. And keep that young man's prayer, in y'all's prayers. His season may be over. These are the things that people, the talking heads, you know what I'm saying, on your box, be talking about when you bring up those guys' names at the tight end spot. Not just their pass catching, you know what I'm saying, their ability to block. George Kittle damn near there's a touchdown celebration when he lays some block. That's a football player. You know what I'm saying? And Mr. Knight, you that right there. You got to do your job. You got to do your job. Let me see. I'm trying to, get a lot of y'all's things in here. Corey. G, do you think they come out after the bye week making changes? Fundamentally, the only change is that there's going to be no change schematically. It's just we got to execute. Now, if you're asking the question that's been the trending, topic, listen, Arthur Blank has already spoken on that. You know what I'm saying? He put out a little principle, coach is gonna be here. Now that may not be, it may not be to some of y'all's liking. Oh well, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Take you a shot, drink you a beer, go lay on your therapist's couch, and you know what I'm saying, and do whatever you need to do to deal with that. But Coach Smith gonna be here. Okay, he's gonna be here. He's devised it. It's planned. You know what I'm saying? We're in the phase of it now of getting, young talent, new talent, and scheme fit talent in free agency. You know what I'm saying? In here, and we're trying to do some things. Has it been bumpy? Hell yes. If you thought it was not gonna be bumpy, you're fooling yourself. And to all of those that who's out, well, they said, coach said we was trying to win championships. Okay, what was he supposed to say? What was he supposed to say? We just gonna, go through the motions. We're probably going to lose, 10, 12 games. No. Coming into a season, that's every team, every coach, every player's goal is to get to the playoffs, get to the Super Bowl. Of course it is. Does it always work out completely and cleanly and perfectly? No. Especially when you're implementing a new system, when you're implementing and trying to train new players and getting them acclimated to their positions. It is never easy. And all I hear, well, he said, okay, again, what was he supposed to say? Now, given the state of the position, this defense, has been, I started the year, what was I saying? Tone set the tone. The defense set the tone for the defense has been our identity. And now at this point, the offense has to pick up defense because we've had some injuries. You know what I'm saying? And, now the defense is kind of, losing its way a little bit with this missed tackle thing. You know what I'm saying? Now the O got to pick up the defense. You know what I'm saying? And in between all that, the special teams got to pick them both up. And continue to do what they've done the last, 2-3 weeks and flip the field, making field goals. You know what I'm saying? We're, getting good field position. You know what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. Falcon fan 408. We called for Mike Smith job Then Dan Quinn, now Arthur Smith. What about the players? Exactly. Exactly. I mean, here's where, what I'm saying, trying to place accountability runs amok. When you want to lay the blame of the team on the coach. And in some cases, it has been culpable. And I'm gonna say it again because I said it a few weeks ago. Has Coach Smith made some questionable decisions? Yes, he has. Yes, he has. As a first time head coach, no surprise. Because it's not an easy thing when you go from being a coordinator to the head coach, which means you're in charge of everything. You're overseeing everything, not just the offense, the defense, and special teams as well. And that is a very challenging transition, but a lot of people are not taking that into account. And a lot of people not taking that into account. It wasn't an easy, transition for Mike Shanahan. It wasn't. It may have looked easy, and the only reason it looked easy is because he had veterans littered across that Denver Broncos roster. Then the one change he made for John Elway is he got him a run game. He got him a run game. It wasn't an easy transition for Bill Belichick to go from defensive coordinator to head coach. He was A1 ass garbage at Cleveland. And his first 2 years in New England, yeah, the same thing. The same thing. It was the same thing. People act like, these Hall of Fame coaches and Hall of Fame players, started their careers as such. Not. And yes, there have been anomalies in NFL history. I mean, there have. But those were just it, anomalies. You don't always get the awesome transition, the awesome start. There's work to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like you're learning yourself as a head coach, as well, trying to put together a staff that, that's gonna, help you and be and y'all be on the same page and like-minded. Well, we got half of that, because the defensive side of the staff, A1, is set. Dave Ragone was by default. It was by default this year. It really was. Because, I think who Arthur wanted was on the team and in the playoffs, and we, just weren't able to, touch bases. When, Ragone was on the outs, on the, Lamar Jackson situation in Baltimore, there you have it. Southside, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening, man? Let's see. Gee, I think it has to do with when things are going bad and losing. People are just looking for change and look to blame the first player to convince themselves of something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're on right there. You're on right there. And Tev, what's happening, man? Tev says, I feel Pitt's about to put it all together. He's still coming off a knee surgery, but he going to turn it, especially now they got a little one to provide for a family. I agree with some parts of that. Um, yeah, from a mental standpoint, coming off of surgery, yeah, and because I pointed that out early in the year, um, and when you're a first time parent that does wane, you know what I'm saying, in your entire construct of your world. Um, but at the end of the day, his job is to play tight end in the NFL, and when he's at the facility, when he's at the bins, when he's on the field, and he's in practice, that should be his focus. You know what I'm saying? He's been attending these practices, these camps, Tony Gonzalez camp. You know what I'm saying, during the off seasons, um, and to some degree, it looks like he's getting nothing from it. Maybe the outside things going on has a lot to do with that. Maybe not. Um, but, I mean, like I said, I've seen a little bit of divaism. You know what I'm saying, in this young man, in which there shouldn't be, because you have done nothing to, have any kind of entitlement of mind of divaism at all. Yeah, a lot of people like to go back to his rookie year on it, and when they do, I point out the biggest factor in that: you had a future Hall of Fame at your disposal that covered up a lot of deficiencies in your route running. You know, I'm just saying, I'm calling a spade a spade. Um, I'm hoping. I mean, because now, don't get me wrong, because the last couple of weeks, you know, he's done some things. He's made some, what I'm saying, big, he's made some big plays. He's made some big catches. You know what I'm saying? He's done some, he's got some yak yardage. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that'll transform, going forward. Pamela. Yes, he does. Ritter has a winning record at home and in division games, and I'm positive that that's going to stay the same. Me personally, that I don't think that's going to change. Um, because the one thing about Desmond, aka DR9, he has a good amount of poise about himself. Um, it's just the one thing that I did notice is, you know, I think the chip on the shoulder got to be a little bit too big and wanted to prove that he belongs, to prove that he can, do the job, to prove that, what I'm saying, I'm the quarterback for this team. I can be, what I'm saying, and a lot of people need to take this into account as well. Y'all have to remember now, he's coming behind a 14-year run, and which Matt Ryan's shadow looms large. It looms large. When you coming in behind that, and you want to take this team to where Matt took this team, but then only, to this time, succeed with this team. You know what I'm saying? And those some large aspirations. Those are big shoes to fill. And the problem with that is, okay, you should be looking to wear your own shoes and make your own footprints. You know, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a little bit, you know, that's a little bit right there in his psyche as well. I've only heard one or two people even mention that, you know, particular mentality because, it was lost on me. I didn't think about that myself. You know what I'm saying? Until it was mentioned. He's you know, Matt, it casts a large shadow. You know what I'm saying? You know, in changing, you know, in from, you know, the quarterback perspective in this franchise, in having multiple playoffs run, getting this team to a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, that there could be, you know, a specific mentality as well. And yeah, Taylor, he, yeah, it's, you know, at times, but there need to be some consistency, bruh. Need to be some consistency. You know what I'm saying? You know, 6'6", you know, 245, 250, you know what I'm saying, and still building, still growing, you know what I'm saying? You know, again, I refer to George Kittle. You know what I'm saying? If the play design, you know, if the play call is designed for you to block, bro, get your Anthony Munoz on, pancake somebody, truck somebody, clear the path, especially if it's coming to your side. You know, let me see here. Yeah, let's see. Like, ATL Leo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because the process, he's going to be able to run his process, run his plan all the way out. That's the reason why Arthur, you know what I'm saying, and Richard brought him here. You know what I'm saying? He had a immense no BS plan. You know, and his plan also wasn't gonna cost the team, you know what I'm saying, 20, 30 million a whop at certain positions. Come on, cost efficient. Now get off this microwave mindset and understand, you know what I'm saying, when you're implementing, when you're building a program, you know what I'm saying, when you're setting a program in place, it take, you know, you got to deconstruct and then you have to construct. They had to deconstruct that $100 million dead cap issue, which took 2 seasons to do. Now you're constructing a sustainable product. And to get to that sustainable product, there has to be player development. And I know y'all remember hearing me say this over time. Player development, sustainable product. Okay? Which means you draft, you develop, you win in that order. There's no other order. There's no other order with that. There's no other order. You know, and I think that now right here with Ritter, you know what I'm saying, coming back and going forward, you know what I'm saying, for the season. Like I said, these 2 weeks out, I think, you know, brought the focus back in, brought the calm, the poise. Okay, all right. It's intentional focus. Detail everything, every point, every instance. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know, I mean, hey, I'm excited. I'm excited for the young man. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I haven't lost any faith in him. I understand the process. I've always understood the process because I grew up on the process. That's why I say, y'all hear me say sometimes that I missed the 70s, 80s, you know what I'm saying, early 90s, because the process was allowed. You didn't see a lot of, you know, coaches, coaching turnovers. You know what I'm saying? You know, she, we we haven't had we've had this team has only had one possible Hall of Fame coach, and that's Dan Reeves. And the only way we're gonna change that is do things the old way. Because this new microwavable bullshit and having the dough swing every 2-3 years has never been successful for anybody. For anybody. When we got 15, 16 folks in here, y'all get them likes up, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Why you hit it? OGN TV, that's me. Subscribe, share, follow. But I always say, you show me that love, I show it right back by giving, trying to give y'all this, good conversation, this, good topics and whatnot. You know, um, that's just, where I try to be at it with, you know. Now, right here, I would like to say to those petitioners and boycotters, yeah, you see it in capital letters. You see it. Yeah. Most of y'all are smart. You know exactly what that means. You know exactly what that means. So that's where I'm at with that. You know, and just saying. Um, we we as a fan base, man, we got to learn how to be. You know what I'm saying? The proverbial, 12th man. You know what I'm saying? I say all the time, because these guys, what I'm saying, the team, they're human. They're people. They're on social media too. So how you think they feel when they can never go on social media and 90% of Falcon social media is just dragging the team, the coach. It's the first time in 12 years that we've actually had a free agent period where people wanted to come here. You know what I'm saying? Players wanted to come here. And here's the thing, this is the large part of the reason why a lot of people, a lot of players didn't want, haven't wanted to come here, because this fan base, we're horrible. You don't think, what I'm saying, these players have watched from afar how this fan base treated Matt Ryan? You don't think they saw that? Nobody want to play for that, man. Don't nobody want to come and play for that. You know what I'm saying? Players want to be appreciated. You know what I mean? And I get, you know what I'm saying, how it goes, the team struggle. I get that. But and I said the other day, y'all need to go and talk to them, find some Jets fans to talk to, Browns fans, Bills fans, Dolphins fans, Jags, Bears fans. You know what I'm saying? They support. They're there. They're in those arenas. They're in those stadiums, week in and week out. And I'm not saying that they don't criticize their team, but they don't do it to the extent that this man. I saw about a month ago when somebody posted, you know what I'm saying, where Desmond Ritter was, you know what I'm saying, he was, coming onto the field and he was talking to, talking to his girl and hitting her, and somebody took that and then put the caption on, somebody need to be somewhere with a semi-automatic and snipe him. Stuff like that, man. Do you think a player want to play for a fan base like that would say things like that?
Nope.
I remember when members of this fan base attack Matt Ryan's kids, bro. You think players want to come play for that? Y'all really? I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. As a 12th man, we suck.
That's facts.
We suck. Don't appreciate nothing.
Nope.
And a bona fide Hall of Famer here that took this team out of a bad situation that Vic and Petrino left us in. Okay. And we started making the playoffs, and we go in the NFC Championship games, and the Super Bowl run, and then question his manhood, his skills, taking shot at his family. I mean, are you fucking serious? I mean, who does that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you really have to take onus of yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you put stuff like that out into the atmosphere. You know what I mean? We got to do better as a fan base, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to do better. Yeah, true. You know what I'm saying? There are things that don't go right, but there ain't no reason to go apocalyptically crazy.
Right.
You know how you get when somebody, attack your child? You know how you get when somebody say something about your mama or your wife? You ready to throw hands, right? You ready to pull up, right? So why would you go out on that on that proverbial branch and do and say things like and hit sand on it? Why? I'm just saying, man. We got, as a people, as a 12th man, as a fan base, we really got to do better. I'm just putting it in the terms of grow the fuck up. You classify yourself as a grown woman or a grown man, act as such. Be as such. You know what I'm saying? When you go into your own arena and you're doing your hardest to do your job, to get better at your job, to advance at your job, and you want the appreciation, right? You want to be appreciated, for your effort, right?
Right.
Same thing right here. But y'all sit up and you be mad and talk about, well, no, we can't get no free because of you. These guys, they watch, man, from afar, this fan base and the ugliness, man, the ugliness.
Yeah.
The ugliness. We, as a 12th man, we suck and it's pathetic. You want to sell your tickets, you do that. Okay? Do that. But getting out here on social media and saying some of the things that y'all be saying, man, to these players, really? For real? And then you end up like old boy down in Miami a few months ago. And then all that down on social media, and you in the club. You in the club, and this same 6'5", 302-pound defensive lineman that you've been running your mouth about, walks up on you.
Got your ass.
Come on, people. We got to do better. We got to be better. I understand that, I get to, some degree your frustration. But like I said, with that, I've seen things that have frustrated me too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I ain't not gonna go all off the deep end, all apocalyptically stupid.
Right.
We as a fan base gotta do better, gotta be better, man. And going after these people the way some of y'all do, that ain't motivation, dog. It ain't. It ain't nowhere near it. Just saying. What up, man?
What's going on? Look. What's up, everybody? I'm a little late to the party, but y'all already know. Look, let me say this, man. It's a damn shame when we could say that the Buffalo Bills, who've been to 4 straight, Super Bowls and lost, the Cleveland Browns that have had their franchise taken away and brought back within the past, couple of decades. Shall we go on?
Man, the Jets ain't seen a championship appearance in what, 40 years?
The Jets,
bro. At one point they had Vinny Testaverde as a quarterback. I'm just saying, but their stadium is always full. The Lions went winless twice in their existence.
We've never done that.
Winless.
We've never
winless. And them Lions fans stay in there.
I get it, bro. I get it. We all have something to complain. I get it. But there is one thing we have never done in our franchise history. We have never had a winless season. Never. So how is it that Detroit can go through a couple of them and still support their team, no matter what the fuck they do? I don't. The Saints can go through Bounty Gate and still support their fucking team. They look like they was a laughing stock for years, for decades. They still got their fans, right? They still going to their games.
They're sitting here in support of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. That team has grown.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, John. They've never been to a Super Bowl. We've been to 2, and we're still belly aching over simple shit. It makes no sense.
I mean, I'm gonna get back to the three dirties comment real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Get the people back in the conversation.
I
You
got
know,
you.
woosah. The Saints have a decent tight end room. Will the coaching staff allow Richard Grant to be accountable for the scheme that they're going to throw at him? What changes should be made? Well, part of the issue why we haven't, what I'm saying, why we are still seeing Richard, because Helms was injured, and Abernathy just really wasn't ready scheme wise. Um,
Yeah,
you know, but I think that they're probably gonna be, what I'm saying, some changes. We saw Phillips on the field last week, you know, um, but for the most part, from the defense, we got to get fundamentally sound on our tackling. That's been an issue, and you know what I'm saying, and that's what need to change.
at basics. Of
Um, do I think that we can beat the Saints? Yes,
course.
yes, yes. The Saints have having some issues, um, but I think that this defense, this game, I think is going to come down to our offense against their defense.
True.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Now, with that being said, like I said, from last week's game,
Hmm.
and the third down success, the persistency, what I'm saying, of the run game. Um, you know, if I think we put up 20 plus points again, we should be able to win this game.
Yeah.
What's up, Anthony? What's happening? Alberto, I just meant to speak while I'm answering your question. What's up, Maurice? But yeah, I think I think this game. I think it will be. We'll kind of sort of have a repeat of last week, except we will win. I think we will win because um, even with our tackling issues, we were able to get to the quarterback. We have got to the quarterback each of the last 3 weeks, and I think we'll be able to get to Jameis. I think, but one thing is for sure: the anomaly that is Taysom Hill. We definitely gonna need to keep him in check. Don't allow him to get, what I'm saying, big runs.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think, what I'm saying, all things considering, we're the matchups with their receivers. I think what I'm saying, I think we could take the physicality to them. you know. But like I said, I think it's gonna come down to um, our offense and their defense. If we can keep their defense on the field and be persistent with our running game, that should be the tail. You know what I'm saying? The way to win. What you think, Ant?
I got one word that is going to come down to, and we have all been preaching this for weeks: execution. on the offensive end. That's what it's going to come down to. Execution. Because the coaches can call any play that they want to. But if you don't execute, that play is going to look like shit. I hate to say it. I mean, so we have to execute.
Like I was saying earlier, whatever play is called, the play call is designed for you to run the route. You know what I'm saying? You get your Tory, hold on. Okay? You know what I'm saying? If that play call is designed for you to block, damn it, get your Anthony Munoz on. If that play is designed for you to pick up the blitz out of the backfield,
I need you to see it.
Truck something. Truck something. Okay? And I'm speaking directly to y'all's favorite new number 7. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because he ain't above reproach either.
Nope.
Okay, everybody out here worrying about his touches. Touches ain't the only thing. He need to block too. He need to run. He need to catch the ball too. He need to hang on to the ball too. Let's get this.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Maurice Martin, did you guys see last night's game? A lot of injuries and Ravens tight end out for the season. And who he's referring to, if y'all guys don't know, is Mark Andrews. He's out for the season.
Yeah. They gonna have to reattach his foot to his leg.
Yeah, that didn't look good.
And that not, and I ain't even saying that in a joking manner. That literally, okay, literally, you know, and you know, in that game, I think that Cincinnati lost that game because they slowed up on running the ball.
Yeah.
They slowed up on running the ball because Baltimore just came off that one drive with and we where there was they I think it went. I think it got to 17. It got to be 17-13. You know what I'm saying? And since his next 2 drives after that, they were too busy trying to throw the ball, and it was it was short drives, and you putting hot offense back out on the field. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say one more thing too about Baltimore, because I've been particularly not a fan of Lamar Jackson, but I will say that he's looking more of a complete passing quarterback. Not just looking for Andrews. Not just looking for your blanket. He's sharing it around. You know what I'm saying? He's sharing it around, and I have to give him his props on that. Okay, I have to give him his props on that.
Right. Yeah.
Son of the Palpatine, just get off and continue playing Madden, sir. And you might be right, ATL. You know how he do. What up, John St. Clair?
Especially behind closed doors.
Right. Right. Yeah, I just don't know. Let's see. ATL Leo says half of these fans complaining is mostly new fans who jumped on the bandwagon since 2016. And you're right what you're saying. And you're right. You're right what you're saying.
You are right.
Corey says the Jets haven't been good since Curtis Martin. Boy, you better stop that. You better stop
Man, you want to tell me, Corey.
that.
Man, they did
Yeah,
have a couple of seasons with Rex Ryan where they was
yeah,
the pound the pound, but that was about it. That's perfectly right.
yeah,
Like,
and right there, and then see, and that's where you go, upside the head of the front office. You should have gave Rex, what I'm saying, the power that he needed and the money that he needed to continue to build that. They had
uh,
they had something going there. Now, right now, right now, you kind of there's a little something happening. I mean, had had Aaron Rodgers not towards Achilles, could the Jets be about 4 or 5 games better? Absolutely,
yeah, that's what it.
absolutely, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the Jets are rolling with their identity. The defense of that team is their identity. You know, yeah, John, yeah, Carr got hurt last week, or last week or the week before. I think I can't remember.
Yeah,
James Winston is running it. Dreddy, what's happening? What's
I
going on
think it
with you?
was last week because he came in for him last week.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, Ritter starts because okay. Heineke has a hamstring issue.
That's gonna take a
Um,
couple weeks.
yeah, he I think what he would say there was a slight tear, not just a pull. So
Ooh,
that's why I've already said that what I'm saying Ritter is going to be what I'm saying QB1 going forward for the rest of the season. Um,
damn, that sucks.
yeah. Which is
We got another super chat.
we do.
Yeah,
Oh, we got the
$5
same one.
from Maurice Martin. Do you think the Falcons make the playoffs going forward? Can we win the rest of the games out, and possibly make a run in the playoffs? I have faith in Ritter.
I have faith in Ritter too. We need 6 of these. We need 6 of these. Um, with what's left, we have 4 divisional games and 5. I think it's 5 total NFC games. 5 conference games total. Um, you got the 4 divisional games and then the games with the Bears. That's left. And we need 6 of them. We need 6 of these last 7 games. I think we can do it. I think what I'm saying a lot because we all of that has happened. You know what I'm saying? All of these adverse things that have happened. The process that is gone. What I'm saying what is that? I think it is going. I think all of this happened for the better. Because like I said, the play calling, what I'm saying, has been balanced. Um, the demand of certain guys getting the touches. They have been getting the touches. You all are just like I said. You look inside the numbers, and the only problem has been execution. The only problem has been execution. You know what I'm saying? That's just been it. You know, execution. PJ says harbor fan base negativity about everything. If we win, they complain about about bad, not good, about bad but not good thing. They right? Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, that is fact.
I'm gonna pick this. All right. Even though we win the game, I'm gonna pick this right here, even just because it's bothering me. I'm like, come on, bro.
John, John. Okay, John. You're the lone defender of the fantasy club. Okay. Yeah. You know, hey, it maybe it doesn't, and I don't care. I do not care. But when you're either not wanting to block or not trying to get good at blocking, especially when you're on a running football team, that's an issue, bro. That's an issue. Yeah, and you know, but I see you. I see you though. I see you.
I see what you did. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I see you. Falcons for Life says my thing is why Pitts blocking edge rushers and he is
We go. Here we go, Sam.
okay. All right.
Break it down for him.
In our world, is such that Arthur Smith is creating. All right, and I think I said this Wednesday. I think about Juno Smith. You know, because someone asked me, you know, why is Juno being successful and why is he getting success? Because he's doing the work.
Yeah.
When he has to block, he blocks. When he has to go and run a route, he runs it the way it's supposed to be ran. He's where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be it. Okay, and when he's in there on plays where he has to block, he's blocking. Okay, you're okay. Your ability, okay, true. Kyle, he's a catch tight end, but why not? Why he can't be an all around tight end like Travis Kelce, like George Kittle, Andrews, McBride? Okay, you know what I'm saying? The kid over there in Detroit. He's received tight end, but he blocks well. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on, don't try to do that, man. Don't try to do that. It's about being fundamentally sound, and when you have to be fundamentally sound, that means you need to know how to do everything. Everything. Come on, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Drake don't have a problem blocking out there on the outside, and he's a receiver. Hodge blocks. Symbol, aka Mac Hollins, blocks. So why isn't it there's an exclusion for the tight end formerly known as the Unicorn? Hmm? Why is that? Why is that? Because by the time it's over with, by the time over these next 2 years, when he completely grows into his complete man body, he's gonna be about 260, right? 260, 265, right? What are you gonna do with all that 260? You're gonna, I mean, come on now. Cast guy here at 275, 280. You know what I'm saying? Pancaking, busting heads, and catching the ball. Come on, man. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing, man. Come on now. Yeah, you see that's that Madden fantasy football mind construct that I be talking about.
There we go.
That right there.
Yep.
That right there.
Just because he's a receiving tight end means he shouldn't be blocking a defensive lineman. Come on, bro. Stop.
Okay. I mean, come on. Look, Travis Kelce started out as a quarterback. Okay. You know what I'm saying? He got into the league as a tight end. All right. And he been well known as a receiving tight end. But what else does he does well? Block. George Kittle might be the best blocking tight end in this here league. And you know what I'm saying? And he catches just as well as he blocks. That's who one of them two guys should have that nickname, the Unicorn. Come on, people. Let's not. Come on now.
Gotta make it make sense. Come on.
Why is it he can't be an all around tight end? Because he should be doing exactly what Juno Smith is doing right now.
Facts.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Southside says these fantasy football dudes have to chill trying to investigate the Bengals because a player got hurt during the game. Hey, I wasn't gonna bring that up, Southside, but yeah, that was fun. That was funny last night.
Come on.
That was funny. That was funny. That was straight up funny last night when that went viral. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but apparently we in a fantasy football driven league, as I was told about 4 weeks ago. I'm just, hey, you know what I'm saying? Billy Powerman. Looks like a new name to me. How you doing? Let's see. Is it safe to say we suck now and there is always next year? No.
No. I would
No.
not accept that.
No, it's not. See, this is that glass half empty mindset that I was talking about earlier. We're a half a game out of first place in the division. And in the same construct, out of the fifth spot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We win this game against the Saints. We're back in first. We're back in the fourth at the fourth seed in the playoff construct. But yet y'all out here talking about it's always next year. Okay. All right. I'm not even gonna give myself that headache.
Oh, damn. And we'll be 3-0 in the division. We
Mm-hmm.
that part. Man. Yeah, we're not. Because obviously, just by that statement shows me that he doesn't pay attention.
That's his Christmas wish. That's his Christmas wish. That's his holiday wish. If you're trying to speak that, if you're trying to speak that into existence, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all I see. I was just speaking about the mindset of this fan base. I mean, y'all spend so much time speaking about somebody getting fired. How about speaking on, you know what I'm saying, us making plays? How about speaking on us making positive plays? How about speaking on us moving forward, you know what I'm saying, and speak that into existence. Speak winning the division into existence. Okay? How about that? How about that? Y'all spend so much time wishing and praying for Arthur Smith to get fired. You know what I'm saying? Or blaming him. Why not speak some positive things into existence? Why not? But that's too much like right. It's too much like right to do that. That's why I say this fan base sucks. They don't know how to be a 12th man. You don't know how to be an actual real fucking fan. Because you speak stuff like that to existence because why? Because he wasn't your pick as the coach of this team? Huh? Is it what? Why? Because he don't give a two rat's ass of a piece of shit about what y'all, you know what I'm saying, how y'all feel. He made that known when he got off the fucking plane and took the job. No one man will be responsible or accountable for this team. And that was a straight shot at the mentality of this fan base. And y'all have been you've been butthurt ever since. For the last 2 damn seasons, this is what y'all been doing. This is gonna be the reason why he get fired. This is why he need to be fired. But you don't want to speak no positive stuff into existence. You know. Everything got to be negative. Everything got to be end all be all. Everything got to be about somebody getting fired. But yet, I asked the question that nobody seems to ever want to damn answer.
Ask them again, Sam.
What organization, what franchise, what team has ever been successful with a revolving door every 2-3 years at the coaching position?
Don't worry, we'll wait. I love to see that answer.
You don't want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, presenting a stable front. You want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, building a sustainable product. Well, you can't build a sustainable product when you're not sustainable and stable at the front, at the top. You can't. This has been largely what I've admired about the Pittsburgh Steelers. You've had only three coaches in their entire 3 and counting and rolling. 3. Stability. Stability. How in the hell are you gonna get stable when you're pink slipping every 2 3 seasons, bro? You see them 4 letters right there? You see them 4 letters right there? Yeah,
That's
that part.
it.
That part.
Sit down at STFU. That's what you do.
And you're right, Corey. But yeah, this is, yeah, it is. It is. See, our favorite person has something to say here. I was at the Lions game. They show up and was loud in Ford Field. All I got to say is they are a dangerous team if they have home field advantage. Right,
Oh, that's
right.
a fact. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah, yeah. And because I said it, I said we see them again. You know what I'm saying? We have to go up there. It's, you know what I mean? Because and they're salivating. That fan base is salivating, salivating. They drooling for a home playoff game. It's gonna be hard to go up there. I'm not even. I'm not even. But I am gonna go right here though. I am gonna go right here. Now, if you're speaking about one your tight end formerly known as the Unicorn, again, he had a future Hall of Fame quarterback at his disposal who could help hide his route running deficiencies. I've said time and time again, Kyle Pitts has to learn how to be a tight end. Now I'm gonna translate it because clearly, you know what I'm saying, I might be speaking Japtalian or Germanese here, you know, um, which means he has to learn, tight end centric things such as blocking. Okay. All right. George Kittle is a receiving tight end, but he blocks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce is a receiving tight end, but he blocks as well. McBride is a receiving tight end, but he blocks as well. The kid up there in Detroit is a receiving tight end, but he blocks as well. What makes Kyle Pitts exempt from learning all the intricacies of a tight end at the tight end position? Hmm? What? What? What makes him exempt? What makes him exempt? So what you're saying is so every time we get ready to run the ball, you just take Kyle, sub Kyle out, huh?
Mm. So, Sam, tell them what's that gonna do for the team that we playing against?
Mm. That would completely tell. Okay, they're taking Kyle Pitts out. They getting ready to run the ball.
Bingo.
Hmm. Football 101. Get the book and read it. Right, Corey. Right. They do. Tight ends got the block, the outside guy, in most cases.
Yeah, exactly.
Tight ends are by extension, and you know what I'm saying, by extension, tight ends are offensive linemen.
Yeah. What do you know?
Well, now, imagine that. Man.
Gotta learn the game before you start talking shit. I'm just saying.
Well, you know, trading him is probably going to happen if he don't, you know what I'm saying, get it together with learning all things concerning a tight end. So, okay. So basically what you saying, Mr. Falcon for life, is you okay with Kyle Pitts being a one-trick pony?
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on with life.
Yep.
Yeah, Dreddy. Yeah. Because a lot of that has to do with that he got a whole lot of divaism in him. You know, because you know what I'm saying. Because I know y'all have seen in some of these games here lately. When we're coming up to the line, and all you got to do is watch Kyle Pitts and know what we finna do. The play ain't coming to him. But look at his body language. You can tell it.
Bright as day.
And you know, if we could see it on the television, damn opposing defense could tell it too. Oh, but just because he can catch the ball, that's all he's supposed to do. Man, get your fucking ass down some damn well. So are you saying that we took Kyle Pitts in the first round and he is a project and not a complete tight end? Yeah. I've been saying that. Florida did him no justice.
None.
Florida did him no justice. He may have lined up in the traditional tight end spot at the 5% of the time, you know,
Well, Sam done cut out. But look, I'm gonna just say this. I don't care what round you're drafted in. I don't care how high you are drafted. You still got to learn the game of football. So, you know, whether you're a first round pick, second round pick, third round pick, it doesn't matter. You have to learn the game of football, and it's in total. If you don't, then you're gonna look stupid.
Yeah, he might have lined up, you know what I'm saying? It traditionally, you know, Florida didn't do him no favors in preparing him for NFL life at the tight end position. Y'all have heard me say a long time that Kyle Pitts has to learn how to be an NFL tight end. Which includes learning how to read blocking situations when the play calls for him to block. When which includes him reading, just like the quarterback had to read the defense. Tight ends read it, as far as the route running goes, had to read the defense as well. Which is something, and when you're growing into your position, it's something that don't happen overnight or over one season. I mean, Travis Kelce didn't become the, the star that he is in 1 year. George Kittle didn't become the star that he is in 1 year. Nope. So this mind constructed thing that they say, okay, this is because the guy got talent. It should be automatic. No. And everybody keep referring to his rookie year. Well, he had Matt Ryan throwing the ball to him. That covered up a lot of his route running deficiencies.
We ain't got that no more.
And look at here. And speak on whatever you want to speak on. We rolling up on 2 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? We can throw out there whatever, on your mind, whatever you want to, jump off of, run it. We gonna, you ready to, close it out.
Well, I'm gonna just say this. I've noticed a lot of people have been giving the defense passes just because they have been carrying the offense, for majority of the season. But when the offense does show up, finally, they look a little bit suspect.
Mm-hmm.
Because last time I checked, the defense gave up those points in their fourth quarter, not the offense. The offense did their job and went down and scored touchdowns. What the defense do? Give right back up, like a floozy on the first date. Went right down the field, bro. It was easy. And one thing I can't stand. Okay, you're the defensive end. It's like, why are you crashing? We was talking about this on Wednesday, Sam.
Yep.
Like, why are you crashing?
Lorenzo called and advocated.
All you got to do is stand your ground, bruh. And it's so funny because I bring this up because I was seeing that shit with Baltimore's defense last night.
Mm-hmm.
They doing what our defense should have done. Like, you gotta stand your ground. You cannot crash. And then you make the play. You make him go back to the inside to where all your help is. If you allow him to turn that corner, there's nobody else out there. First down. Okay. Long run for a touchdown. I mean, that wasn't just happening for 1 week. We've had that happen multiple weeks. And I know we're going over it in film study, but what are we learning? That's the question. Are we learning from our mistakes? That's That's what I'm trying to get to here. We can do all the studying that we want. You can go over all these plays, but are you learning from what you've been doing in the past? From what
Right.
I've seen, no, because you're still falling for the okie doke for what past quarterbacks have done to us, and it's driving me fucking like it's driving me nuts, man.
Yeah. It running my blood pressure up too. All right, John. All right, you be safe, man. Michael Walker, what's happening? You know, Pitt struggles with that. Yeah. He does. Well, this it's been lovely, intense, informative, and I'm very appreciative. What I'm saying, for the engagement. What I'm saying, and you guys tuning in. Um, you know, like I said, do I think, what I'm saying, we can win? Do I think we're going to win? Yes. Yes. I think, what I'm saying, Ritter being, down for these couple of weeks, was able for him to see the game in a different light from the sideline and, and watching different things. I think it's going to be a positive for him. I think the offense is going just like in the fourth quarter. Just like in the fourth quarter. Um, I've said what I said about the fan base. I've said what I said, what I'm saying, about the witch hunt and this, boycott petition bullshit, all of that, you know. Um, and it just we got to do better. Uh, and Devin Willis, KP is a tight end, but he wasn't brought in to be an inline blocker. He's here for mismatches. At any rate, at any rate, you Madden fantasy football microwave mindset people, seek Jesus, seek therapy, and with that, STFU with that.
Yeah. Sit down and STFU, please.
Y'all some special people. Some special people. Watch this weekend. Be watching. What I'm saying, everything that's gonna happen, getting us. What I'm saying, through the week. I'm gonna be. What I'm saying, tuning in to Georgia over Saturday. That's my plan. Me myself. I know you probably gonna be doing the same thing.
I'm watching. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, it's been prevalent. It's been good. It's been, I'm like I said, appreciative of all of everybody tuning in, engaging in conversation, engaging in the info, coming in, asking the questions. What I'm saying, we back and forth. This is my program. You know, you got Man Monday with the OG on Mondays. You know what I'm saying? Wicked Wednesday Sports T on Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? Falcon Friday, HighNoon Madness on Fridays. And, you know, Tuesday's the wild card because me and the OG, my OG brother, you know what I'm saying? Big boy Truth. You know, we do our thing on Tuesday night, you know, with the realistic OGs. You know what I'm saying? You know, Ant is my resident co-host, you know what I'm saying, on two of my shows. And this is what we do. This is how we bring it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate it. You know, y'all keep tuning in. And we're gonna this is every week. You know what I'm saying? This is every week. This is what we do, how we do when we do it. What you do is keep it dirty. Keep it ATL. Keep it dirty birds. And most of all, keep it real with yourself and you'll be blessed and stay safe. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Be blessed.
Ace.